1. Over 1.2 crores names removed from food security beneficiary list in Rajasthan, claim officials. GS Paper 2, Welfare Schemes for Vulnerable Section of Population. Why recently in news? Over 1.2 crore people in Rajasthan, who once availed benefits under the Food Security Act, FSA, have now been excluded from it. Around 96 lakh were excluded after being found ineligible. Department officials said the actual figure was over 1.2 crore. According to center's criteria, 65% of Rajasthan's 6.85 crore population, or about 4.46 crore people, can avail the FSA benefits. About National Food Security Act. National Food Security Act 2013 extends to whole of India, and it was to be rolled out by the states within 1 year of its enactment. But majority of the states were not able to do this, mainly because it required computerization of the beneficiaries' lists as a prerequisite. As many as 10 states have implemented National Food Security Act, NFSA, from April 1, took the total number of states covered under the subsidized food scheme to 21. Who are beneficiaries of food security? The Act provides legal food security to 67% of population of India. The eligible person gets rice at Rs 3 per kg, wheat at Rs 2 per kg, and coarse grains at Rs 1 per kg per month, subject to maximum 5 kg per month. These prices are fixed in the schedule of the Act and can be amended after 3 years. However, the beneficiaries covered under Antyodaya Anna Yojana will keep receiving the 35 kg per household per month at same rates. Further, this act covers infants, children and lactating women with different entitlements for them. For example, it guarantees age-appropriate meal, free of charge through local anganwadi for children up to 6 months and one free meal for children in age group 6-14 years in schools. Every pregnant and lactating mother is entitled to a free meal at the local anganwadi during pregnancy and 6 months after childbirth, as well as maternity benefits of Rs 6,000 in installments. Maternal benefits not extend to government employees. How the beneficiaries will be identified. The identification of eligible households is left to state governments, subject to the scheme's guidelines for Antyodaya, and subject to guidelines to be specified by the state government for priority households. The lists of eligible households are to be placed in the public domain and displayed prominently by state governments. The provisions for state food commissions. The Act provides for the creation of state food commissions. Each commission shall consist of a chairperson, 5 other members and a member secretary, including at least 2 women and 1 member each from scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. The main function of the State Commission is to monitor and evaluate the implementation of the Act, give advice to the states' governments and their agencies, and inquire into violations of entitlements. State commissions also have to hear appeals against orders of the District Grievance Redressal Officer. Each state commission is required to prepare annual reports to be laid before the state legislature. 2 or more states can have joint food commissions with the approval of the central government. The grievance redressal mechanism under Act NFSA 2013 provides for a 2-tier grievance redressal structure, involving the District Grievance Redressal Officer, DGRO, and State Food Commission. State governments also must put in place an internal grievance redressal mechanism which may include call centers, helplines, designation of nodal officers, or such other mechanisms as may be prescribed. Gurus shall be appointed by state governments for each district to hear complaints and take necessary action according to norms to be prescribed by state governments. If a complainant, or the officer or authority against whom an order has been passed by the DGRO, is not satisfied, he or she may file an appeal before the State Food Commission. How transparent is the Act? Placing all PDS-related records in the public domain and keeping them open for inspection to the public. Conducting periodic social audits of the PDS and other welfare schemes. Using information and communication technology, including end-to-end computerization of the PDS, to ensure transparent recording of transactions at all levels. Setting up vigilance committees at state, district, block and fair price shop levels to supervise all schemes under the Act. Responsibilities of state and central government. Central government. The main obligation of the central government is to provide food grains, or, failing that, funds, to state governments, at prices specified in Schedule I, to implement the main entitlements. It also has to provide assistance to state governments to meet local distribution costs, but on its own terms, as may be prescribed. The central government has wide-ranging powers to make rules. State government. The main obligation of state governments is to implement the relevant schemes, in accordance with the guidelines issued by the central government. State governments also have wide-ranging powers to make rules. They are free to extend benefits and entitlements beyond what is prescribed in the Act, from their own resources. Local governments. Local authorities and Panchayati Raj institutions are responsible for proper implementation of the Act in their respective areas, and may be given additional responsibilities by notification. 2. Odd even 2. Women, VIPs exempt again. GS Paper 2. Government Policies and Schemes. Why recently in news? The Delhi government has decided to exempt women from the second phase of odd even, which starts from April 15th. It was decided that women would continue to be exempted from the ambit of the pollution control plan as safety of women was still a matter of concern in the capital. How the air quality be monitored this time? In the second phase of the odd-even scheme, the Delhi government will monitor air quality in the capital as well as in the National Capital Region, NCR, which includes Noida and Gurgaon. Air quality monitoring system will be established in NCR. This will help us compare developments in areas which have implemented the odd-even scheme and areas which have not. In the first phase of the scheme, air quality was monitored at 20 points in Delhi. This time, the government will also undertake rotational route monitoring. This means monitoring vehicles will carry out sampling on the same route twice. Instead of points, they will monitor the route. This will help examine the effect on the route and on the roads around it.